Welcome back, everybody. Today we're back doing another video. Back on the train, back on the move. Today, goal is, am I the asshole? Solving an am I the asshole. I don't like solving the ones that already have asshole or not asshole on there because then that's gonna sway me a little bit before I read it. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Am I the asshole for asking my husband to cancel the bros trip to help me with our newborn after he promised? Off top, no, you're not the asshole. Your husband's an asshole. Your kids come before your bros. Like, that's the easiest answer in my life. This is pretty long, so let's get into it. The situation has caused a lot of tension between my husband and me, and now I'm questioning whether I'm being unreasonable. I, a 30-year-old female, gave birth to our first child. Why are you putting the name there? What the fuck's wrong with you? Olivia? Now I know your child's name, foreign ostrich. You're such a weirdo. Gave birth to our first child, Olivia, 2 months ago. Being a first-time mom has been both beautiful and overwhelming. Yeah, congrats. My husband, Jake, you put his name too. What the hell is going on? I was incredibly supportive during the pregnancy and promised that after Olivia was born, he would be there for me every step of the way, especially during those challenging first few months. Obviously, he would. That's a fact. That's what every husband, every good husband would say that. Before Olivia was born, Jake and his friend has been planning a bros-only trip for the summer, week-long vacation to a cabin in the mountains for hiking, fishing, and bonding. When the trip was being discussed, I reminded Jake that Olivia would be a few months old and we would be deep in the newborn phase, that if things got too tough, he would cancel the trip, help me out, and I trusted him. Now that Olivia is here, things have been harder than I anticipated. Between the sleepless nights, breastfeeding struggles, and just trying to adjust to motherhood, I've been feeling overwhelmed. Jake has been helpful, but I can tell he's excited about this trip. Last week I asked Jake if he could consider canceling the trip, reminding him of his promise. I told him that I'm struggling and that having him gone for a whole week would be really tough on me. He seemed surprised and a bit hurt that I was asking him to cancel. He said he's been looking forward to this trip for months and that he needs a break too. He also pointed out that his parents live nearby and could help if needed support while he was away. Okay, stopping here. I feel like this is good communication. You're letting him know a month ahead of time that you would want him to stay. But I feel, Jake, and I really feel it. You've been looking forward to a trip. All your friends are going to be there. You're going to the mountains. You're going to go hiking, fishing. You can go to the lake. You're going to do all this cool shit with your friends. They're all good. Everybody's going to have a good time. And if you're not there, you're going to have FOMO. But just off top of these two freaking paragraphs, you have a newborn baby, dog. You can't leave the mother of your child alone after a couple of months. Like, maybe if they were 8 months old at that point, I'd be cool. Like a whole half a year, that'd be cool. But it sounds like it's still 2 to 3 months into the thing. You gotta give the mother time to get back to herself. Obviously, I see the compromise here. He's like, okay, my parents live by. If you really need help, you can get the grandparents involved. But at the same time, dude, that's your wife. You need to help your wife. You're not only you're not only a husband to your wife, but you're a father to your child. Like, imagine you growing up and you remember that your father left you all alone for a week. Obviously, it doesn't matter, but you know what I mean. Continuing, I understand that Jake needs a break and wants to spend time with his friends, but I can't help like feeling this is like a time where I really need him by my side. That's perfectly reasonable. I tried to explain that while I appreciate his parents' help, it's not the same as having him here. That's a fact. Jake said that I'm being unfair by asking him to cancel the trip after all the planning that went into it, and that I need to trust him to make sure I'm supported even if he's not physically there. Okay, so now he's being a little bit unreasonable. Life has priorities. Vacation versus newborn child. Obviously, okay, before anybody freaks out on this guy, imagine you were looking forward to something for so long and you're trying to find some way for it to work, and your wife is just refusing. She doesn't want to even try it. I get the way he's feeling right now, but he needs to realize my wife and kid versus vacation with my friends. Which one's more important? I don't know. My vacation with my friends? No, dumbass. But whatever, let's continue. Now we're a bit of a standoff. Some of my friends think I should let him go, saying that it's important for him to have some time away, which is cool. some time away is important, but let's not get away from the fact that he's just going to chill with the boys, especially after all the stress of becoming a new dad. Facts, it's very stressful, but others agree that it's too soon for him to take off a week and that he should prioritize being home with. Why did you put the kid's name here? So am I asshole for asking my husband to cancel his? No, you're not. Try to help me. No. Edit. Hey everyone, I just want to get a quick update after reading through most of the replies. I was honestly overwhelmed by the amount of support and understanding I received. Thank you so much to everyone who took the time to respond. Your kind words and thoughtful advice really helped me. Okay, before I continue with the edit, off top, you're not an asshole. I feel your husband. He needs some time away, but you also need time away. So it's kind of like it's tough for both of you. I feel like if I was in this situation, what I would say is I wouldn't bring my wife with me, but I would put my wife on a girls' trip. I'd let her go first, let her go on a girls' trip by herself with her friends, and then I would go on my boys' trip. And while she's away on the girls' trip, I would take care of the baby and I would let my parents help me out. And then vice versa. When she came back, took care of the baby, took that time off because you've been pregnant for 9 whole months holding this thing in your stomach. That pregnancy was tough. It's one of the hardest things you've ever done in your life. And now after a couple of months, you're waking up in the middle of the night trying to feed, trying to clean, trying to bathe, trying to put clothes on, trying to stop him from doing yes, Olivia, from doing anything crazy. I understand. And the stress of just having that kid and thinking of all the responsibilities that you have in the future, it's understandable. There's not really, like, right now there's one solution to this problem, and that's just like telling them, hey, cancel your trip. I need help. I'm not asking. That's as simple. If my wife told me that, I'd be like, okay. Like, if I'm in this guy's position, she said, cancel your trip now. I need help and I'm not asking, and I don't want your parents to help me. And I get it. It sucks, but as a husband, you have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. All right, let's get to the edit. A lot of you suggested I also take a week off. Facts, I just suggested that. Letting Jake stay with Olivia to get a break for myself. I really appreciate the sentiment behind that suggestion. There's a couple of reasons why it's not realistic for me. First of all, I'm breastfeeding, so being away from Olivia for that long will be really difficult logistically. Understood. But beyond that, and this is something I know I need to, I just don't feel comfortable being away from my baby yet. Okay, you're getting a little anxiety. I know it's not healthy to feel like I can't have her out of my sight, but I can't help it. I guess it's that new mom anxiety. It's really hard to shake. I've been debating whether or not to show Jake this thread. I'm worried that reading it might hurt his feelings, but I'm definitely going to have another conversation with him about everything. I'm willing to compromise and let him go on the trip, but I think a whole week is just too much. I'm leaning towards suggesting that he limit the trip to You know what? That's a great understanding there. Limit to a max of 3 nights. Okay. I like that. You're not thinking that, okay, so he can still have some time away with his friends, but not gone for an entire week. Okay, I get that. I'll update again after we've talked. Thanks again for all the support, everything. It really means. Also, I'm new to Reddit, not sure if I should be posting and just editing the post. Update. Hey everyone, I just wanted to share another update after. Why are you updating it so much? I like it, but we don't need to know this much about your life. People always upload shit onto the internet like we can't see this forever. Like, this is never gonna be gone. But imagine your kid named Olivia 15 years from now finds this Reddit post. You know how crazy that would be? Fuck. After putting Olivia to bed, I went straight to bed myself, feeling utterly exhausted. Jake was already asleep. For some reason, the weight of everything just hit me all at once. I started crying uncontrollably. Oh my god, weaponized tears. My sobbing woke Jake up, and he immediately asked me what was wrong. I told him I was just tired. I hate weaponized tears. They piss me off. But then I opened up about how anxious I've been feeling about his trip and being left alone with Olivia. I admitted something I've been reluctant to say aloud, that Jake hasn't been as involved as I thought he would be. When we find out, for context, has a rocky relation. What the fuck just happened? I just got hit with a left hook after getting straight jabs all day. So, the real problem this whole time was Jake wasn't doing enough at the crib. Oh, we've got the problem here, folks. I hate when people leave out something important. You have to be communicating with your partner. You're not doing enough. And as you can see, he wasn't doing enough. It's so, like, they always leave something out. Now I feel like you're throwing him under the bus because you didn't mention that once. But I digress. Let's continue. Weaponized tears first. Then you're like, you haven't been doing enough, as you haven't been as involved as I thought you would be since I've had this baby, and this is one of the biggest fears I've had since I figured out I was pregnant and we're having a baby. For context, Jake has a rocky relationship with his own dad. Way to put him. Like, I swear the comments already hate this dude, but they're gonna hate him even more now. I won't go into detail about how his dad wasn't the best, but his mom, my mother-in-law, remarried when Jake is in middle school and his dad wasn't present in his life. We don't need to know this. We don't need to know this. But let's continue. Jake has expressed to me that before that, becoming a father was scary. Yup, that's completely fine for him because he was afraid of being a bad one, just like his dad. Makes sense. When he first told me that, I thought it would make him a great father because it showed how much he cared about being good dad long before we were pregnant. This is the problem with bad dads. Once you have a bad dad, there's two routes you can go. You can be just like your dad, or you can be a better father. And being a father is not as easy. It's not as hard as being a mother. Being a father, the most important thing is just being present. As top number one thing in being a father is being present in life. And so yeah, yeah, when I vented to him about all this at first, he tried to defend himself. He admitted that he's been freaking out about having a baby for so long and just didn't want to tell me. He said he didn't want to stress me out, facts, because he knows how much I've always wanted to be a mother. Hearing me say that made me feel guilty, like I hadn't seen how much he'd been struggling internally. Yeah, like, this is completely reasonable. I feel like this is a good conversation to have between partners, but you should have had this before the child was born, I think, because you just gotta let her know. Like, I'll let my wife know, hey, I don't want to, like, I don't even, my dad was a great dad. It's just, when I think about my father, I think I want to be better than him. Obviously, he did a lot of amazing things, but some things I felt she fell short on. So when I'm a father in the future, I want to be 10 times better than him. And it's a competition to me. I want to do everything for my kid. I want my kid to think my dad is like LeBron James of dads. Deadass. I had to try to convince him that he was going to be a great dad when we had this conversation long ago. Now it all felt more complicated. So he's feeling guilty. He didn't want to have the kid because he felt like he was going to be a bad father. But he thought his wife was going to be his wife wanted to be a mom so bad. He said, "You know what? Let's do it." They had the conversation. He still felt internally struggling, and damn, it was tough. But they had the kid, and now we're in this situation talking. Thought to myself, this can't go on much longer. I realized if he's going to keep pulling away like this, I didn't know if I could handle it. So I asked him, is this what our life is going to look like from now on? Me with Olivia and you away? Because if it is Jake's, then I can't continue on like this. Because he wants to go on a 1 week trip. Okay, having father anxiety is real. Having all this other anxiety is real. Like the fact that you don't want to be a bad dad. You don't want to be a father because you don't want to be like your father who was a bad dad. Completely understandable. But what she took away from all this is Jake wants some time off, and because he wants some time off, she thinks that's gonna happen forever, and she confronts him right away, which I think is completely fine here. But it's so annoying for a guy to hear this because it's like you're just taking 2 steps to a mountain. Like, what the fuck is going on here, dog? We can't just go from I want to take a little bit of a trip away because I'm stressed out and I don't know if I'm good enough to do this to are you gonna always do this? That really annoys me. I would hate to hear that because like no, I've been planning this for months. Told me to calm down and assured me that he wasn't going anywhere. Then he got really emotional. He even started to tear up, crazy. He said he didn't want to turn into his dad and that he hadn't realized that going on this trip could be a preliminary step towards becoming the absentee father he feared that he might be. He apologized for not considering me and Olivia as much as he should have. Long story short, Jake called his friends, so you guilt tripped him. I fucking hate ladies. And told him he wouldn't be able to make the trip. He's even started planning a little family getaway for the 3 of us next year when Olivia's a little bit older. It was a tough conversation, but I feel like we're on the same page now, and I'm hopeful that things will get better from here. Thanks again for everyone for the support. Alright, fuck this. I hate this. I hate this 1,000,000%. Because all that's happened here is the dad let up and the mom got her way. Which is always gonna happen in a fucking wedding, not wedding, a marriage. I hate it so much. It's like men can never get anything because all because he wanted to go on 1 week trip. Now the guy is a guy who's becoming a absent father because he wanted to go on a 1 week trip. The baby won't even know that he was gone for a week. I don't understand, man. I feel like they're both assholes. I really do. I don't think you're an asshole for wanting your for wanting your husband to cancel the boys trip, because that's completely reasonable. But the end part just made me feel like you. First of all, you started crying. Then you said you're not a good dad. You haven't been here long enough. Then he was like, you know what? I've always been fearing this, but I didn't want to stress you out. And then she was like, oh, so are you gonna do this forever? From now on, are you just gonna be an absentee father? It's like, bruh. I feel like the hop, skip, and jump towards absentee father was too much. I know a lot of people won't like. A lot of people will be like, I'm not mad at the question. I'm mad at the timing of the question. He wanted to go on 1 week trip that he planned for months ahead of time before you had the baby. I feel like this is weaponized. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. You're a little bit of an asshole for that, but in hindsight, you're a new mother, so you're not an asshole. Long story short, lady's not the asshole. The father is the asshole, because you shouldn't have had this long ass conversation. It should have been too fucking, like, if my wife is coming up to me, I said, hey babe, I can't wait till December comes up. Like right now it's August, right? I can't wait till December comes up. I'm down to go to that trip. I can't wait to go to Ski Mountain or whatever. We're gonna go hiking. We're gonna go fishing. It's about to be lit. December comes around. I can't do it, babe. I need you here. But my father and my mom are here. You can ask them for help. They live like 2 minutes down the road. I don't want them here. I want you, and I can't live without you. I can't live without my baby. I have too much of this anxiety, and I need you here with me. It's like, all right, bet. 2 seconds later, yo, bro, I'm not coming. Why not? I got a baby. That's it. I feel like sometimes people like to drag shit for some reason, but that was the Am I the Asshole? Let's get to the comments. Please view our voting guide. Don't downvote assholes. Please help keep the sub engaging. Do upvote interesting votes. By the way, every time I see Am I the Asshole post, I never see asshole post. It's always not the a-hole. It's annoying as fuck. What the fuck does he need a break from? I hate people like this. Shut the fuck up. I don't got nothing to hear about that. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. I don't how do I close this bracket? I don't want to hear that. He agreed with it, canceled it until when he was actually held to his word. It was truly spectacularly poor judgment. He's a dad now. He's not your helper. No. Make sure you support it. That's his baby. He should be physically there, taking care of his own child. You're not being unfair. He is being this is a woman for sure. Ugh. I assume Jake will be looking after Olivia for a week. Once you stop breastfeeding and go away for a break, let Jake know that if he uses his parents as free child care. Jake seems oblivious to the struggles you are facing with your child. Selfish? Selfish? Oh my god, everybody's such a piece of shit on Reddit. Alright, I'm done reading the comments. Everybody's a piece of shit on Reddit for some reason. Check out the streams, guys. Pretty sure. Thank you guys for watching. Am I the Asshole? Hasn't uploaded this one in a minute, but thank you for watching. Like the video if you like the video. Comment whatever you want to comment. If you think they're the asshole, if not, you think my judgment is incorrect, whatever. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video with your friends, and yeah, peace.